Eddie, can you just give us an insight into actually where you are in the experience there, the plane ride yesterday? You were one of 4 chartered flights. What's it been like in the early stages?
Well, that was at the airport yesterday. It's Brennan Gale.
And that was your son, Joe, who's accompanied you up to Queensland as well?
Yeah, but because if it wasn't for Joe, I wouldn't be doing the cross. He's my technical advisor and my producer. So he works hard. Joe's been on a couple of the overseas trips, so he knows how to make everything work for me and produces the radio show for me. And also, we brought Millionaire Hot Seat up here as well. So that's going to happen. That's only been announced today officially. So that's a big go. So we've moved everything up to Queensland. But I might get Joe, who's actually sitting here. Just open the blinds behind me. I'll give you a little bit of an insight into what's going on. Thank you, Joe. It's like the showcase is being unveiled. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is. So right behind me there, apart from those seats, as you can see, there's a marquee behind me. That's where all the arcade games, the table tennis, the pool tables, all that sort of thing for all the kids. There's a pool up here. There's a common area where you can go and have food. As far as being lockdown's concerned, the AFL have done the most sensational job. And I've only been here for 24 hours. As I said, I've left my room only to go down to Gil McLaughlin's press conference. But from last night, from the moment we got in, the AFL could not make it any easier for people to come into quarantine for 14 days and get themselves set and then go into their own hubs. It's been a tour de force, and the AFL should be absolutely congratulated on everything they've done to make this as good as it possibly can be for the families of the players and the officials.
Cara, can I ask you a quick question?
Yep.
Steele Sidebottom and Jamie Cripps, how can they return to play? Will they be able to come back in terms of playing?
Well, they're hoping, if they do come up now, that they can go into a soft quarantine with special permission from the AFL. It's going to get more and more difficult. Border restrictions, I don't think, will necessarily change. I'm interested to ask Ed about the players who did arrive yesterday with him. I know you've signed confidentiality waivers, Ed, but you've got Dan Hannebery, who hopes to play finals, obviously Shane Edwards and Gary Ablett Jr. Are they the right?
I mean, I didn't sign any confidentiality agreements.
Okay, well, go your hardest, Eddie. Go your hardest. No, but quite seriously, I know Bashir Hooley was there for 2 weeks, and they felt that although he was kicking the footy and going for runs and working out in the gym, he needed another week out of the hub before they played him. Yeah. Is there enough for them to do to get fit? And if it happens with Steele Sidebottom as well going forward?
Well, look, there's an area just next to what I just showed you, just over that side a little bit more, literally about 20 metres, where they've actually got, those poles you put up at Auskick, the little goalposts, they've got them set up. But you can have a bit of a kick. There's a bit of a track that's about 750 metres. The gym's pretty good. So it's not ideal. The guys will be having a kick amongst themselves. There's a few old-timers who might go down and have a kick, and there's a few kids who can get the ball going as well. So they'll be able to keep their touch a little bit, but it's obviously not ideal to be 2 weeks locked down like that. But it's not the worst thing in the world. I mean, as I said, it's as good as it possibly can be. To answer your question, Lordy, about somebody like Steele Sidebottom, I think there'll be another quarantine. Probably now that we've announced that there's going to be the bye between the last round and the first finals game, you might see Channel 7 guys coming up to call and host Brownlows, etc. Bruce McAvaney can fly in anytime he likes from South Australia, but I think people like Brian Taylor will probably come up, and some more people on the ground. Clearly for Fox Footy, I'm up here now, and Fox Footy will probably want to send some people up as well in due course. So there might be another mini hub as you get to that last week going into the last round of the season, and then the round coming out, which would then give them a week training with their teams before they go into the first week of the finals. That could be a way to get some more players in who aren't up already.